now it's time to rematch Volvagia. Volvagia, however you want to pronounce it. I don't care. It's a big fire-breathing dragon that you have to beat up with the Megaton hammer. This time around, I'm not going to mess around with the ice arrows. I'm just going to fight it with the hammer and Bigoron sword like you're supposed to. Well, technically you're not supposed. I guess you can say that you're supposed to use the Master Sword on him, but I prefer the Bigoron sword because of the higher damage output. Granted, it is a trade-off for better defense with the Master Sword being able to let you use your shield, but still you can somewhat duck away when using the Bigoron sword. But I'm getting off topic here. Time to play Whack-A-Mole with a dragon. And oh wow, that hit. His hair hurt me. Oh well, time to slice and dice. That's something I didn't notice, is that its hair, when it swipes across, after first popping out, it's like that, can do like 2 hearts of damage, and he's pretty much going to eat his own tail. Yep, I'm just ducking, and he's eating his own tail. That's actually a really funny way of approaching this. Just be sure not to keep standing on the lava pits scattered throughout here in a dice-like pattern, because they will eventually hurt you. Well, granted only if you stay on it for like probably more than 5 seconds, but still, it will hurt you despite being in the Goron tunic. And if you try fighting this guy when you're not wearing the Goron tunic, you will have a timer on this battle. It's pretty much the same heat timer that you have when you're in the volcano as a kid. It's completely dependent on how many hearts you have. So every heart is probably like another 4 seconds, I think. And oh! That could have gone better. And whoa, is his head swelling up? That's kind of weird. For this boss, I really like the music to it, and it's a very, very good boss battle. I like this fight a lot. Although it can be made into a laughing matter just by ducking like this and avoiding it, and I can hit it with my sword while it's doing that. Wow. I guess it was probably news to everybody when I was able to hit him with the ice arrows, and it was able to do so much damage. Nope. Just like that, his hair hit me, and what the? Wow, he was in there for very little time. Now, is he gonna circle me, or is he going to... Yep, he's going to rain rocks down from above. You could also, instead of circling like this, you could also just hang off of the side like I showed last time, but still... Ow. But still, that's one way of approaching it. This is another. Granted that hanging off the side is the safest approach. Don't get hit by him. Did I get hit by him? I wasn't paying attention to my heart. And backhanded death. Nice. That is awesome. Just simply awesome. And despite him being a dragon that lives in the fire and lava, he bursts into flames and dies. In a blaze of glory and turns into a skeleton that disintegrates upon falling. And you can see that as you get info from Navi about him when he's just a skull. His skull actually shrinks! It's a mini skull! Mini skull! A mini skull! That's holding a heart container! Mini skull! I guess you could say it's a minuscule skull, huh? So saying that it's a mini skull actually makes sense. Okay, and now for a rematch with Dark Teshui. Yeah, you thought I'd do this during the Water Temple coverage? Nope, doing it now because of, because I now have the Bigoron sword, not Bigoron sword, the Megaton hammer. They're both Goron-themed items, and I've completely got them mixed up. The bow is mostly ineffective, and apparently the longer that you take fighting him, the more he'll adapt to you, and with the Master Sword, he can jump on your sword if you stab at him. Although it looked like he jumped up and slid in midair there. Also, Din's Fire can do a lot of damage to him, and it's more useful to have double magic with Din's Fire. At some point, he will start stabbing you when he's standing on your sword. Apparently, I'm not sure if this is the case or not, but at first I thought that the darker he got, the closer he was to death. But apparently he darkens as time goes on regardless of how much you hit him. Like, normally I thought he would have stabbed me when he was darkened like that, and because he doesn't have a Megaton Hammer or Din's Fire, he can't use that stuff against you, and he's susceptible to it. Although mostly when you swing it like a baseball bat. Oh crud, ow! There we go, now he's stabbing me while standing on my sword. And he will always do that from this point onwards. So, and he's comboing me in the cutscene, and yet somehow blocks it until the last second. Spin attacks won't work very well, and what the crud, where did he go? You know what would have been kind of funny is if he were represented on the map in the bottom right there as like either a blue or black triangle. That would have been pretty interesting. And a nice attention to detail. And whoa! Apparently he jump attacks right after I do. Although it's not guaranteed to work, but you can occasionally jump attack him with your sword. And probably with the hammer too. In fact, I think I get him with a couple of jump attacks here. Ow! Darn it! I wanted to strike him out of the park. Come on! He does have a preference for blocking with his shield a lot. Also, I don't think he will be affected by bombs or bomb shoots. I don't know for sure. I haven't tried. And come on, I know I'm gonna get him with the jump attack sooner or later. I'm pretty sure I do, at least. Unless I already did that and I just completely wasn't paying attention in the slightest. Whoa! Didn't know he could knock me backwards like that. Oh, there we go! I got him with a jump attack with the Bigoron sword. Yep. And there we go. That is Dark Teshui, or Dark Link, if you name yourself Link. But his name is pretty much mirrored on what your name is. So that there is what I couldn't show before because of a lack of a hammer. And also, speaking of the hammers, they can do the same job that bombs do on those walls. Yeah, so if you don't want to use up bombs, just bring this hammer with you and you can smash stuff with a hammer.